I was born in Germany, and growing up there in a Jewish family, and then after having a fairly pleasant childhood, suddenly finding that we were forced to leave the country, and even further learning that many of my colleagues were killed, slaughtered, and put into prison for reasons that no one could ever explain to me, and it took me years to even begin to try to understand. So in any case, it left me with this question, this interest in social misunderstanding of individuals, of families, of children. And that was very much the case with autism. And when I first really became interested in it was in graduate school, when I met this a German professor by the name of Bettelheim, who sort of demonized parents.
Dr. Bruno Bettelheim had said that the parents provided homes that were like Nazi concentration camps. Eric Schopler took tremendous opposition to that and let us know there were other reasons, and gave us hope that there would be a turnaround in that.
He had a statue of a woman, sort of a modern sculpture, curvy, and he had the children crawl all over this stone mother to become adapted to this, presumably the idea that they had a mother who was hard as stone. So it didn't have to, you didn't have to be a particular intellectual genius to question that kind of a proposition. And this was such an exaggerated point of view. When it was combined with his other authoritarian ways, he became a negative role model to me. And that became very, very useful when I came to move to
I think that today
Hill.
we don't realize how remarkable what Eric has done was at the time, because in part there's so many of his disciples all around the world, and we're doing things that he taught us, such as working with one-way mirrors and working where parents can see what we're doing, and then we bring parents in. And at the time, that was such a radical difference from the more traditional therapy where you go get a child, walk them down a long hall, work with them, and then return them to the parent as if you'd somehow changed their lives.
At the same time, I met Bob Reichler, who also gone to the University of Chicago, and so we had a lot of similar background, and he was very intrigued by the research I'd done with my dissertation on perceptual problems in autism. So he wanted to know if we couldn't base a program on that, a project. And eventually, so we came on this idea that we would work with parents as co-therapists, as collaborators, and in that process would apply the best educational approaches to their children, get their help to do it, and then get the schools involved, and gradually to get the community involved, and to start that on a pilot basis.
The Teacch program, which he established, had a huge impact all over the world. There are programs built on Teacch in many, many different countries now. And so he was somebody who not only developed a good set of methods of treatment, but he was also a powerful advocate, getting other people to take up these methods.
What I believe Eric Schopler brought was being able to teach parents how to teach their children. So not only were we co-therapists and collaborating with the Teacch model, but we also became teachers of our children.
in an